The state is already open to travellers from the Northern Territory, Western Australia, Queensland and Tasmania. A little over a fortnight ago, officials named July 20 as the date border restrictions would ease completely, opening up the state to the rest of the country. But since then, they've grown increasingly concerned about the situation in Victoria, that increase in COVID-19 cases. This morning, a short time ago, they announced they are abandoning that July 20 deadline altogether. Now, the Premier said he's simply not confident letting Victorians into South Australia because of the risk of infection, but he did praise New South Wales and the ACT for their efforts and said a date to open those borders is still being considered.
We're very pleased with the way that the ACT and New South Wales have been performing, and so it's likely that we will set a date for the removal of the borders with the ACT and New South Wales, but we'll now do that independent of that July 20th date. The Transition Committee will be meeting again on Friday to consider New South Wales and the ACT.
As we've heard, officials do still have the intention to open to ACT and New South Wales, but they can't say whether that will happen before or after that initial July 20 date. There is no plan, no revised date for Victoria. It's simply no longer on the cards. Now, the Premier did concede this change in date would be a big inconvenience to a lot of people, particularly those who have booked flights. It also has big implications for the AFL, already in a border battle with Queensland. But it is important to note here in South Australia, there is no hard border closure. Anyone can still enter, but they must self-isolate for 14 days. From tomorrow, essential travellers needing to bypass that isolation period will be able to apply online for pre-approval to enter the state. Ash, South Australia recorded 3 new coronavirus cases yesterday, the first new cases in 34 days, but those were all international arrivals being quarantined in Adelaide hotels.